Hey, so today we are going to be building and painting my first ever Warhammer model. Let's get into it. So, to start off, we are going to be starting to snip all of these little parts here. This might take a while, but it's fine. So let's just start with, which one should we start with? Let's do this one first. Okay, so we've now got the first bit cut, which is the main body. Okay, number one, we get this. And we get this. We put that onto there. That. We go. And we get this. Put. Okay, so I managed to mess up this entire process and I ended up spending an hour about on this building time, but my friend, Fury, link in description, told me about 2 days afterwards, you was meant to build it in a specific order and specific pieces. Now I didn't know that, but I messed up, so we're just going to skip on to the next part. Now that we've got the figure, that took forever. Now the Necron is done, we are going to prime it with some black paint. I'm using that Abaddon black, I don't know how to say it. Here we go. Use the paintbrush right now, that was provided for us. I'm just going to snip the end. Okay, I'm just going to get the model. I'm just going to take some of this paint. I'm just going to start painting the entire model. Time for part 2, the base. Okay, so now we have the model and we have the base over here. I've used some technical astro granite. This makes it look like rock, and I've added a little stone that I found on the ground and washed. So we're going to wait for all this to dry and we're going to move on painting that. Time for part 3, the painting stage. So now we're going to be using the Rune Lord brass colour for the base armour on the Necron. Okay, so now that we've done the basing on the model, we're going to do part 4, shading. We've got the Citadel, Colour Shade, Agrax, Earth Shade. So we're going to put that on the model. Okay, so this camera doesn't really do it justice, but it looks very vibrant. Very nice copper colour I think I've got for my first time. I done alright with the paint job. I feel like I could have been a bit more careful near the darker areas where they're supposed to be black, but it's alright. It looks pretty good. We've still got the gun to do. I'm going to do that a little bit later. Part 5, finishing the gun. So you can kind of see that's got the lighter part and the darker part. Perfect. So we've got the tissue here. Now we've got the pure silver colour, steel colour should I say. I'm gonna get a little bit, like a tiny bit, wipe as much as I can off in here, and then as much as I can off of here, and then we are going to get the model and we're just going to lightly now that we have the end of the gun completely done, we are now going to go to the exciting part. I've been waiting for this for a while. We are going to now start doing the Tesseract glow. Open. Look at that. Okay, we're going to start. So you can see now we've got this part and that part done. Now we've got to do the ribs. Right, there we go. We got all of that done. We're going to wait for that to dry, and then we're going to go on to the second layer.
20 minutes later.
So, I mean, you can see the general idea. Now for part 6, the detailing. Okay, so now we're going to get some of this silver and some of this brass paint. There we go. Now I've got to be kind of quick. I've got to get some of this. Okay, so for everyone watching this video right now, can you go subscribe to my channel, please? It would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, back to the video. Now I'm going to just dry brush on the top, so I'm going to use actually the light here. Now that we've got the dark earth shade right there, we are going to use that at the bottom of everything. Perfect. Right, now we're going to do the last part, which is under the arms. This gives a very warm kind of feel to the piece. Okay, so here is the final model. It took a little while, but we got there in the end. We've got the green Tesseract glow that didn't come out too well. So I'm going to show you the 2 other models that came with the set. There's 3 in total, and yeah, I'm going to show these real quick. So as you can see here, I've got the 3 models that I did. Obviously the 2 at the sides came out a lot better than the middle one. So thank you Fury for the input and the help, and I'll see everybody later. Bye bye.